Hello, welcome back. Previously in my videos, I showed the Ludlum Measurements Model 2, its predecessor, the Model 3, and today I'm moving on to the Ludlum Measurements Model 14C. Just like the Ludlum Measurements Model 3, the 14C takes a lot of inspiration from its from the meters before it. On a side note, this is a good view of a Type C connector. It is much larger than a B and C connector, which can be viewed here, and essentially is just a B and C connector and the same design, but is there to make mating only done by cables capable of handling the voltage. The Ludlum Measurements Model 14C is a multi-use survey meter that incorporates an external probe and an internal probe. Just like its predecessors, it incorporates a reset button, a bat test, a multi-precision rotary switch, an audio on-off with an external speaker, and a fast and slow response switch to control the needle movement. In this case, this meter was designed for dosage only, as seen by the scale. Not all of them are designed for dosage only, and many of them have a count per minute scale to be used with a pancake or a end window type detector. These meters have one flaw, which is the voltage is set to 900 volts specifically. This is done because it would be hard in an analog meter to change the voltage to allow both an external tube and an internal Geiger-Müller tube to be used in rapid succession. The internal tube is gamma only, with most external tubes being able to detect, such as this pickle, gamma plus beta. This meter is a relatively good design and packs a nice high-range tube, in this case set up to go between 0 and 1.5 millar an hour. Oh, I apologize. The tube can only be used on the times 1000 scale. So actually, it's between 0 and 1.5 R an hour. While everything else can be used on all the other scales. So you can read the needle face from 0 to 2 millar on the times 1, 0 to 20 millar on the times 10, or 0 to 200 millar on the times 100. Let's hook an external probe up to show it in operation. We will start by turning the needle to times 1000. In this case, I have a really strong source near me, so it's detecting rather well. But we can bat test while it's on this, and to save space on the meter, they take out the bat test on a rotary switch and position it downward on a push button. In this case, our battery is working, our meter is working, and our battery is good. The audio can be switched on and off, and these meters are quite noisy, so I attach tape on most of mine. Since audio is nice, but unless you're working in a very noisy environment, that high of audio is not necessary. Let's start with the external and drop it down a scale and do gamma only on a strong source, and we can max out our probe at 2 MR. Or we can drive it up to times 10 and test a more precise measurement on the fast or slow. But because of the high range, we have the benefit of being able to test on a higher setting. In this case, it's still not enough to move the needle. it's a very hot source, but 1.5 R is a very high setting. They're nice meters, and in this case, this one is kept in leeway because it is in its current configuration being ready to be sent for calibration, so I can use it as a dose meter. I don't trust the dosage as it sits right now. I'm not sure what its original probe was, what its original calibration was for. I assume it was likely a pickle style probe, simply by just being a millar scale. But this I'm uncertain about. So until I have it calibrated, I can't say for certain that my dosage is 100%. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.